Hello. Now we are going to talk about the chaining and the chain iterators. So, most of the time, or sometimes, we need to chain the iterators or combine it into a single iterable object, right? It's like you can consider that it's like combining the multiples or like concatenating the sequence data type, right? And for example, suppose that we have this three iterators. We have created a three iterator L1, L2, and L3. Let's run this. Right now what we want is we want to combine all the three iterator, right, as it is a one iterator, right? So we can achieve the same thing using this technique. We can combine this three iterator into a tuple. We can take this tuple in a loop, and for every iterator we are printing the item. So we can achieve the same thing in this format. So we want the output in this fashion, right? Or what you can do is you can even create a functions which does the same thing. So here we have created a function called chain iterables, right, which takes the iterable object, right, and again we are looping the iterable objects. And because here we are chaining this multiple list, consider that here we are passing this entire tuple over here, right? And now this loop is iterating through each tuple element. And now this code yield from iterables, this code will kind of yield all the element of the iterable object. So this function can work, right? Consider that we have the three list and here we are running the code. This will give you the similar result like this. Here we can check that, right? But there is a much cleaner way or much simpler way to achieve the same thing. One of the technique is called chain, which is available in the Iteratool modules. We can do this. Let's import this chain models, right? Now we have the same three iterable object. Now here we are chaining this three iterable object, and because this chain itself, so again, this chain function itself is an iterable object, right? So we have to loop this to get the items. Here we can see that we have achieved the same thing, right? Now again, you cannot, now in the chain you cannot pass a single iterator. You have to pass all the iterator individually, right? You do not have to, like, you cannot do this. Let's say that if you try to combine all the iterable object into a list and then you pass this in a list, so you will not achieve the same thing. Here it has just given all the generator object or all the iterator object individually. So it is not giving you the correct output, or it is not giving you the individual element from the individual iterator. So what you can do is you can also achieve the same thing. Here you can also write a loop of the item, because this itself is the generator and it contains the multiple element, right? So you can write a loop over here and print each item. Like over here we are achieving the same thing by writing the double for loop or this nested for loop over here we are using, right? Let's run this, right? Or we can even unpack the element. So instead of this, here we are unpacking the element with the star list. So with the star list, right? So this all L1, L2, and L3 will be unpacked, and now we are able to print the element, right? We can even unpack. Now this unpacking work with all the generator, like even the generator as well. Like over here, consider that this is the generator which returns the three elements, or like which itself contain the three generator. If we can even unpack this generator, because this generator itself has the three different generator now, like the three sequence data we have. So we can unpack this and we can see the output. But again, as we know, all the generator are the lazy execution, like all the generator are the lazy evaluations, uses the lazy evaluation. That means that it will reveal one item at a time. But when you do use this kind of unpacking, this does not reveal. So basically this does reveal the every item at a time. For example, consider that. So here we have just tweaked the functions. So before revealing item from this, we are printing it again for like, so here we have this three generator, like here we have with the three generator, and before revealing the item from every generator, we are printing something. So here we are printing yielding first item, yielding second item, and yielding third item, right? As I have said, when you use the unpacking, this does reveal the every item, right? It is not like revealing one item at a time. Let's see this. Now here we have the function to read the value. So here we have used this function called read values. This will just unpack the iterable object. So we can use this function, and now we can pass this square generator because this is the iterable object now, right? So we can pass this iterator, right, through the read value function. But the point is here we are using the star operator just to unpack all the generator object inside the square functions, right? If I do this, as I have said, when you do this, or when you use this star operator, or when you unpack using this will reveal all the item at a time. Here we're not printing every item, but you can see that. So if this value will be revealed, if this value will be revealed, and if this value will be revealed, all the print will happen, right, one at a time. Like all the print will happen just one time, right? We can see that here. We can see that all the print we can see, right? And we have even finished the reading of all the argument. That means when we have used this unpacking, we have revealed all the iterable object. So it works totally differently. Instead, we can use this from iterable from the chain generator, right? So this from iterable has a constructor for this. We can use this constructor, and now instead of using star operator, we can directly pass iterable object in this. And now this does the same thing. You do not have to write a function for that. Let's do this. Here we have this chain. Again, this chain returns. So basically this is a lazy evaluation. Like this chain object does the lazy evaluation. That means we have to take this in a loop, like you have to print it one item at a time. Here when we do this, you can see that first we are printing this, then we are printing all the item from the first generator, then we are printing second item, then again we are printing all the item from the second generator, right? So this is what happening, right? We should like now, so using star operator, this is like revealing all the item in just one go. And here with the chain, right, we are revealing one item at a time. So you can use this one, or you can evenly or you can even do this thing, right? So here we have this chain function and the chain iter, right? We have this both functions, right? We can even use either of the functions to do the same task, right? We can achieve the same task over here. We have used the star operator, and here we have not used the star operator. We are just passing the square generator directly, right? And now we are taking the loop over here. When you do this, here we can see that we have revealed one item at a time, or you can even use this chain and the from iterable functions from the chain, right? Now we'll talk about the copying the iterator. Sometimes we have to make a copy of each iterator. Again, we know that iterator got exhausted, right? Once we print or once we reveal all the item from the iterator, right? So let's say that if you want to have the multiple, like if you want to print the same thing multiple times, so you will have to create a different object every time, and then you will have to do the task. So it would be better than to make a copy of the iterator. So here to make a copy, we can use this function called tease from the, this is again available in the iter tools. Let's import this, right? Here we have the square generator, right? Now we have created the object of this square generator, right? This is the object. Now we can use this. So again, like this, like we know that, like, so this is the generator, right? So now we are using the tease function. Here we are getting the object, right? And now we are passing three means we want a three copy of the same object. But again, here we are making a copy. It's not like the same object referencing a multiple time. It's like we are making a copy of the different object. So like we are making a different copy, like so all the object will be different. Here let's see that when we check the iter, we'll get that. Here you can see that this address, this object address is totally different over here as well and over here as well. So we have created the three object over here, but all the objects does the same thing, but they are the different object. They are the copy of the square, right? So they are the literally copy of the square. They are not referencing to the same address, right? We can check the type. So again, when we check the type of this iter, this would be tuple. You can see that here we have this tuple, right? Now here what we're doing is we are just putting all the object into a different variables. Now we are just trying to check with the next item with the iter. So here we have put iter1 to the three, like we have revealed the three element of the iter1 by using next. Now let's try to use this iter2. Again, we can see that iter2 is also giving you the same output. Iter3 is also giving you the same output, right? This means that all three, iter1, iter2, and iter3 are the different object, right? They are the copy of the original square 10 iterator. Now, this even work with the iterables. So consider that we have this list over here. We are creating a two copy of this list, right? Now here we can check that because this is the because this will give you the tuple, right? So we can check that. So again, we have just given the name as a list, but literally this is a tuple now. We can check the 0th position and the first position, both are the different object. But when we convert these object to a list, that means we are revealing all the item of this generator object. When we do this, we can see all the items. So it's not like we have converted to a list. So of course we have converted to a list. But let's say that when you do that again, what will happen? We are getting empty list. That means this means that this output, even though you have passed the sequence data which you can iterate over and over again, this has become a iterator now. That means you can only see or reveal the item of the iterator just one time, right? After the item get exhausted, you will have no longer the element, right? So even though if you have the sequence data, right, this is the iterator now. So this is what happens when you use a tease function. Okay, even you can even check with this so this like double checking the same thing, right? So we are using the first this object, we are using this object to check that how this behave with the iter. Again, we know that when we use the iter function or the iter method with this generator object, it will reveal the same thing, right? So here we are using this is operator just to check that both, like, so the output from the iter function or the iter method and this object itself are the same or not. Yeah, it is same. And again, we can also check that whether this next is present or not. It is there. That means the output we are getting from this, these are the iterator now, right? So we have to be kind of keeping in mind that when to use tease, right? And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.